I don't regret it. We've got $2.8 billion worth of Bitcoin on our balance sheet right now, and we feel like we're positioned well for when the markets turn around. And our only other choice would be to give all the capital back to the shareholders, in which case we would have nothing, and we would be struggling to get by without any assets.
Okay, how about this? Is cash still trash?
Yeah, I mean, the money supply has expanded by 41% since January 1st of 2020, when we went into this kind of COVID crisis. And we know that scarce, desirable assets are getting bid up in price. I mean, everybody wants to buy Rolex watches. They're buying luxury real estate. They're buying everything they get their hands on, creating shortages. So, you know, we are an institution. We have to take a 10-year view. And the only thing that's for sure is if we hold cash over a decade, we're going to have a negative real yield. The only question is how much. So we have to invest in something. And we've chosen as a business strategy to focus on what we believe is the most exciting investment idea, because it's a digital commodity that's absolutely scarce and only getting technically better every year.
So are you considering buying more Bitcoin at these prices? I mean, is Bitcoin on sale?
Yeah, I think it is on sale. The number that I look at to figure out sort of a surrogate for the book value of Bitcoin is the 4-year simple moving average, because it trades billions of dollars a day. And so after 1,400 days of billions of dollars a day, that number is 21,700. Bitcoin touched that in the March 2020 crisis. It touched it around 2017. It's touching it right now. Generally, it trades above there. You know, our strategy is we're going to acquire Bitcoin with our free cash flows from time to time. So we're kind of dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, and we're going to hold the Bitcoin for the long term. And so it wouldn't really matter whether the price was 10% more or 20% more or 50% more. We're just going to progressively acquire more Bitcoin because that's our strategy. But
so you are going to keep buying more. In terms of it being
for sale, I mean, it's like not a bad price, and we will keep buying more. We don't panic. We have a strategy. We're not traders. If your time horizon is less than 4 years, you're sort of a trader. If it's in the months, you're definitely a trader. I'm not an expert trader. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know where the market's going to go week by week, month by month. If your time horizon is more than 4 years, you're an investor. And when your time horizon is 10 years, you're kind of a saver. So we have a very long-term 10-year time horizon. And our view is over the 10 years, Bitcoin's going to be a good idea, and it's just going to keep accreting in value. I can't tell you whether it'll go down a bit here and there. It's in the near term, Emily, it trades like a high beta risk asset, and there's no denying that. Over the long term, we believe it's a low risk store of value asset. There's about 10 things that have to happen over the next decade to make it a better asset, and we kind of know what those 10 things are. And so we're waiting and biding our time, and we think that it's going to improve as an asset class over time, and we're not in a hurry.
So what do you see in the, take this 10-year horizon, for example. We've seen what the Fed is doing with rate hikes. There's all of this concern we're heading into a recession, whether it's a capital R or a lowercase r recession. What do you see on the road ahead, and how is that impacting your strategy to, just buy more and hold?
Yeah, so let's take the 10 sources of my pain. There's no wash trading rules, so people they can sell their Bitcoin and buy it back and harvest the tax gain, and that's not the same with Apple. So if that gets fixed by the House Ways and Means Committee, that's a big plus for the asset. There's 520 unregistered crypto exchanges offering 20x leverage. That's a negative for the asset class. As they get regulated, and I expect they will, and as the 20x leverage disappears, that'll be a positive. There's 19,000 unregistered securities in the crypto industry, cross-collateralized against Bitcoin. As those things have to get eliminated, or they have to convert them into publicly traded instruments, that's going to decrease the volatility. There'll be a big shakeout. The wildcat banks like the Terras and Lunas and Celsius, they actually create massive volatility. And as they get regulated and they disappear and they grow up and become institutionalized banks, the asset class will mature. There's a lot of ignorance and fear. People think crypto is the same as Bitcoin. If they think that, that means they don't understand either of those two things.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Marco Stan, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I intend, how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Marco Stan.